I have to give Dragon Ball Sparking Zero its props. It's the first Dragon Ball game to do this. This is the first Dragon Ball game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is the first Dragon Ball game to save the Dragon Ball game fan audience's money. If you are a Dragon Ball games fan, you get to save some money with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Look, guys, imagine you're sitting there, and let's say that you have bought Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And let's say they announce some brand new DLC characters. And, you know, they always love making these little things called V-Jump scans. Let's say that thanks to this Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, you can look at that V-Jump scan and you can save money. Let me explain. So let's say they make a scan for Dragon Ball Superhero. They drop the Beast Gohan, the Orange Piccolo, all that jazz. And all you have to do is look at the character's moveset, take a closer look at those Blast Ones, look at those names. If you don't see, let's see, if we don't see False Courage, a healing move, or After Image Strike, you can completely ignore that DLC pack. Thank you, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Thank you, Spike Chunsoft. Thank you, Namco Bandai, for designing a game so trash that you can automatically ignore all DLC made. I don't know why people were hyping up Super 17 Files Found. I don't know why you were hyping that up, because if you remember, does he have those Blast Ones in his kit on BT3? Because they basically just copy and paste the entire kit for those characters. So if he does not have those, and he doesn't, well, you can ignore that DLC. And please do not lie and say that you are going to be one of these weirdos that's going to cope and seethe and pay your hard-earned money for this unfinished game and double down and buy the DLC and only use these characters offline, because literally the characters are useless if they don't have False Courage, After Image Strike, or some healing move. So thanks to that, I don't care. A lot of people have been trying to come at me sideways and say, well, I heard that they had Fasha in found files, even though all these characters are just a list of characters that they removed and cut from the game so that they could save some money, right? So, well, let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that they were to add Fasha. Oh, wow, she doesn't have False Courage. She doesn't have a healing move. Okay, she doesn't have After Image Strike. Ignore it, don't care. I would never, number one, I would never buy Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But why would you buy a character that doesn't have those three tools and they are virtually useless? And I do not care, we do not care if any of these jackasses come up, try to, well, I beat this person who was a D5 rank and I didn't have that stuff and all I did was spam super counter and protect it. You don't have to have, look, we already know how it goes. If you have a person that knows how to play the game just like you, the difference maker is going to be those three moves. If you have After Image, a healing move, or False Courage. Don't let them pump you. Don't let them punk you and try to sell you on this snake oil called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, however, again, it's done one positive thing. You can ignore all DLC. That's just it. You can ignore all DLC. All you gotta do, let's see, no False Courage, no After Image Strike, no healing move, ignore DLC, thrown in the trash. We do not care. Is that trash. If you don't have that, you are not using that character. We don't care if you put on a fake match with your friend to showcase the character. All the characters are used. And this is why, and again, you don't have to necessarily take my word for it. Just go do some perusing online. Look at any stream called Ranking Up is S rank, ranking up to Z rank. Go look at any of those streams, and all you're gonna see is False Courage, False Courage. Oh, I'm about to lose it for Zenzu Bean. After Image Strike. It's the most boring stream of any Dragon Ball game because everyone is so cookie cutter. The game is that bad to where its design is that bad. Those are the only three things that matter because they completely decide. It's basically the best way to explain it is I don't get how people were ever trying to champion this game over Xenoverse 2 at any point in time, because at least there's a point to buying the DLC characters over on that game. So I mean, I mean, they might not be saving you money because they make so much good content that you just have to give up the money. That's how good their content is. But at least the content is worth using. Whether you use it on your CAC or the character is that damn good that you want to play as the character, right? So I'd rather have Dr. Arinsu over in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 because you run the risk of her not having False Courage after Image Strike or a healing move in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and then you wasted your money. Wow, you got another skin sitting in your roster that you'll never use. Why? Because if you play ranked, you can't play the characters that you want because the balance. Oh well, they said that doesn't be balanced. But these same people, these same impeached individuals who we've nipped in the bud, these same people will then go on tirades when they lose in their streams. Man, they need to nerf that stuff, man. It's only I'm using, man. All these Sparking Zero defenders, you sit there and you watch pieces and snippets of their streams. They crash out because they know how terrible this game is and they feel ashamed and paranoid that they've backed this piece of trash game. But again, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been productive in being the first Dragon Ball game in which you can save your money by ignoring every character that they announce that does not have False Courage, that does not have After Image Strike, and that does not have a healing move. Now, the problem with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is they can't simply go in and nerf those things. What, so you're going to make the characters, because even then it's still going to dumb down the fusion characters, because guess what, they have the most health, and then you're just going to be on a tangent of finding the characters with the most health, stalling out, switching out, stalling out, switching out, stalling out. Even if they reduce the amount, like it's not like Xenoverse where they can go in. Oh, well, this is broken. We'll touch on that and take that down. Okay, well, it's not completely destroyed our combat design. Sparking Zero is in a terrible place. Whatever they're doing sales wise, they're losing just as many people. It's like a revolving door. People are coming in. They have a couple of hours with this game. Out. They are selling the game. They are refunding it. They are ignoring it. They are making videos. They're making TikToks and tweets about the game not being what it needs to be. It is a glorious thing to see because who was right? Who was right about this piece of trash game? Me. It was me. I told you. And again, this is why they're on silence, because now Xenoverse 2 is here with the good DLC, and they might not be saving you money, because when you see this DLC, we already got a new guide instruction. We giving up the money. It's the content is that good. We putting it down on there, man. Just like on a stripper's oiled up. Yeah, I've almost said too much. But that's the way that it is. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Ignore every character. Oh, what else? What else? Because they got Dragon Ball Diamond content. Don't care about Dr. Arinsu. You know, they're going to put the wannabe mirror character. It doesn't matter. No armor. No after image. Ignored. All the other characters ignored. That's all you got to do. But it actually gets even worse than that, because now that they went ahead and folded and gave you the DLC characters, well, now there's nothing else for you to buy after they get done with Dragon Ball Diamond, which will probably wrap up by next year in April. When they get finished with that, you already know what's coming with Dragon Ball Super Superhero. They already gave you the real movie characters from the original Z movie. They have nothing left. They have no marketing is not going to let them. This is the beautiful thing. People who are saying they're going to put King Vegeta and Foster and Super Saiyan. No, they're not. Let me explain. Marketing has a rule. If you can't put a Saiyan, if you can't put Goku or Vegeta or Fusion or whatever, they already got all those characters in the game. So if you don't put any of those characters around those henchman characters, marketing won't let them make a DLC character pack for those. So those are just lost characters that won't ever get added. They're removed. I don't care what a modder bitch tells you. Well, we found your name. They'll never be in the game. And who cares if they do, by some miracle, they do get added. No False Courage, no After Image Strike, no healing move, ignored, trash. Easiest Dragon Ball game I've never spent my money on. I will never set foot in this piece of trash. Broken, wannabe Xenoverse 2 game. Get the hell out. No super attack using, trash, no combo cancel, no fascia having piece of Garbage. No Cheetor, no Vados, no Majin 21. Imagine, this is the first sucky Dragon Ball game that they did not get the glory of having Android 21 in the game. Dragon Ball FighterZ has her. Even Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has her. Xenoverse 2 has her. But Sparking Zero was so garbage, it could not get that character. Again, even if they made her a DLC character, let's look. No False Courage. Go after Image Strike, no Heal him. Okay, ignored. It's a trash character. Bye. Don't need to spend my money. Again, what are they gonna do? Start hiding moves in the V-Jump stand and not letting you know what's all on the character? False advertising, trying to bait you that way? Are they gonna get that desperate? Bandai Namco is going bankrupt. They're having a camp. Bro, it's so much going on with this shady ass company. It's hilarious. And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is on the way out. We waiting on the Xenoverse 2 DLC. Bandai, you want to get out of that bankruptcy? You give us the real DLC that we want to spend the money on, and not this piece of trash you call Sparking Zero. Let's go. You might beat the game, but nobody beats the end game of all games, perfection and natural selection. Perfectionists, throw those ones up in the sky. We out.